My name is Felicia Soto. I'm an alumni from the 1980s. I have been a long-stand member of the Esperanza Board, President Emeritus. I had the great pleasure to hire our current executive director, and it's been really fun watching the organization just continue to grow and blossom. It's continued to grow every year over the years where there were hardships with funding, and it's so nice now to see how successful the organization has been, watching every student who comes through here just getting all the help that they can get. The ties with mentoring, being able to connect with folks who do work that they're interested in doing so that they really are certain of what they choose for their major, getting assistance when they have some difficulties. I think the organization has blossomed so wildly. It really is an anchor of this community. It's great to see all these students doing well, graduating, watching them come back to even do these kinds of videos with students. It's nice to have Santonio doing this work, giving of his talents, and we love to hear what our students are doing when they come back, how they share with others to bring them into the community. We started at the Multipurpose Center at May Dugan. It was very small back then, lots of TLC, a lot of work to do with just a few handfuls of people. Folks like Sally Valentin, but Al Lopez was a fabulous leader, just took me under his wing and showed me the ropes, and that's how I became one of the board members and then later a board president. I can't say enough about Al and his wife and all the others who served with him, Lorraine Vega and Jose Feliciano. We've got a great community of supporters. They really have poured into us as younger. I remember the times when we were at May Dugan, they were shutting down the office at 8 o'clock and we would huddle underneath a tree to continue the conversation we were happening around the boardroom table. We would continue to work and make sure that we tidied up everything before we left that parking lot for the evening. And there are just so many people, but over the years it's just been wonderful watching people come and people go, but the organization still continued. There were hardships, there were difficulty times. People really did stop and think about where we wanted to go, and I think, you know, when Victor became executive director, it just blossomed, and I don't think that back then everyone was just able to vision that, but it happened, and it's so nice to watch it grow and just flourish, and just having students come back and say, hey, this is what Esperanza did for me. My brother also is an alum, and I think he and I have conversations all the time about, you know, where would we be growing up in the projects and going to initially Cleveland schools, and then eventually we got into other schooling with urban community. But Esperanza was an anchor for us, and we felt comfortable going there, getting tutoring and needing help and everything. People just poured into us, and that's what really kept us going. It's fabulous to watch our students just blossom, to come back, you know, recognize what this place really has done for us. I can tell you, and it's so wonderful to see how it continues to grow, just see the success of our students and the community as a whole. I would say Esperanza tailors to the Latino population, but it's more than that. It's really a great place to find support, to look inside yourself and erase the doubts that you have. As people come to Esperanza and get services, connection with other people, they open their eyes and their heart to what they really can do. They see people making changes, advancing. It's that light in someone's eyes when they actually realize, I can do this. And if I have the help of Esperanza and I see other people who are struggling and we have similar interests, that there is somebody who's done it before me, I have the support to do the same thing. It's nice to watch that when they're blossoming and they get to that place where they're reaching down to help somebody else after they've done their thing. But it never stops, and that's what I love, that everything is continuously changing and it just gets better and better. It's nice to see, for instance, for a long time there were a majority of females on this staff, and we have more male staff that are joining every day. It's fantastic, and it's about time, but you know, it takes time to do that. It's really nice to see that the growth is there. It's just continuing. As I look back in my experience with Esperanza, I have to really tip my hat to all those who went before us. We have so many wonderful role models who have been there ensuring that the Hispanic community was getting noticed and was getting the funding that we needed, encouragement with our students. I think people like Lorraine Vega, Jose Feliciano, there's so many. Even one of our past executive directors, Barbara Esperon, people poured into this community and the organization. It didn't go without difficulties, hardship, but people really put their time into it. I say thank you to everyone who spent time with this organization, with every single student who's passed through, the number of students who have graduated and pushed forward to get their degree through all the hardships. So I tip my hat off to them and the parents who really did what they could do to get them here, to push, encourage them to find a way to get to the next level. It's a beautiful thing to watch. So thank you to everyone who's poured into our organization and to the community. There's lots more to do. I think we're on the right path. Happy 40th birthday, Esperanza.